If you feel stuck, tired, overwhelmed, or like life is punching you harder than ever, listen closely. Many people believe they lose motivation because they are weak, lazy, or not built for something great. But the truth is this: people don't lose motivation because they are weak. They lose it because they were never taught how to create it on demand. And if you master one thing today, master this: motivation is not a feeling. It is a decision backed by action, created by you, not given to you. You must understand this early, or you will spend your entire life waiting for inspiration like someone standing at the bus stop for a bus that stopped running 10 years ago. Now stay with me, because I am about to give you the exact strategy that people use not only to survive difficulty, but to stay driven through difficulty. This is the difference between those who just exist and those who build a life that matters. Every day, every moment, your mind is absorbing commands, not from the outside world, but from your own voice. Whether spoken loudly or whispered silently inside your thoughts, your brain is constantly listening, interpreting, and taking action based on the language you feed it. Most people don't realize this, but your words form the blueprint for your behavior. When you say, "I can't handle this," your brain doesn't argue, it obeys. When you say, "I'm not good enough," your brain scans your past and proves you right. Your language becomes your reality, not because it is true, but because your mind believes what you tell it most consistently. Think about this. If you wake up and say, "Today is going to be difficult," your energy drops before the day even begins. You have pre-programmed your emotion. The body becomes heavy, motivation slows, and your decision-making shrinks. Why? Because your mind takes your declaration as a direct order: prepare for struggle, conserve energy, avoid risk. However, the opposite is equally powerful. If you wake up and declare, "I have the strength to handle whatever comes," your body responds with alertness. When you affirm, "Challenges make me stronger," your mind looks for solutions instead of problems. The language you choose activates either courage or fear, confidence or hesitation, action or paralysis. Your internal dialogue is the most influential conversation you will ever have, and you're having it every second. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the belief you hold about yourself. Words are not just sounds, they are instructions, and your mind is constantly filing and executing them. This is why people who constantly speak failure begin to live it. People who repeatedly speak strength eventually embody it. You program your emotional state with repetition, just like training a muscle. The more you say something, the more your brain builds pathways to support that identity. So ask yourself, what orders have you been giving your mind lately? Are your words leading you or limiting you? Because motivation is not just something you feel, it begins with what you tell yourself every single day. If you want a stronger life, start speaking stronger words. Your voice can become your cage, or it can become your breakthrough. The choice is yours. Most people fear pain as if it is evidence that something has gone wrong. The moment discomfort shows up, they think they've made a mistake, chosen the wrong path, or are not meant for what they're pursuing. But pain is not a stop sign, it is a message. Pain is communication. Pain is the proof that growth is happening. If you try to build muscle, the first sign of progress is soreness. Not weakness, soreness. And if you avoid that pain, you avoid the very process that creates strength. Life works the same way. Pain becomes the enemy only when you misunderstand its purpose. Temporary discomfort often means you are breaking old patterns, stretching beyond limitations, or stepping into a version of yourself you've never accessed before. Growth is rarely gentle. Transformation is rarely comfortable. To become more than you are now, something in your old identity has to break, and breaking rarely feels pleasant. Think about every major breakthrough in history and in your own life. The moments you learned the most, developed the most, gained the most depth, almost always came from challenges that forced you to adapt. If everything stayed easy, nothing inside you would evolve. Without pressure, coal never becomes diamond. Without fire, clay never becomes pottery. Without resistance, you never discover strength. Pain is not cruelty, it's coaching. It is your life giving feedback. It tells you, adjust here, pay attention here. You are capable of more than this. The challenge is not the presence of pain, it is the belief that pain means stop. Imagine if a seed could think. When buried beneath soil, it might interpret the darkness and weight as punishment, when in reality it is placement. Pressure is positioning you, not punishing you. The next time life gets difficult, instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask a more empowering question: what is this preparing me for? Because the truth is, The strongest part of your life can come from the hardest chapter of your journey. The most resilient version of you is forged in moments when you didn't quit. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is the doorway. And most people never walk through it. Human beings are conditioned to believe that emotions come first and reactions come second, as if we must wait for motivation to move, wait for confidence to act, or wait for clarity to decide. But this is backward. The fastest way to shift your emotional state is not through thinking, it is through movement. Your body and mind are in constant communication. The way you breathe, the way you sit, the way you walk, even the tilt of your head sends signals to your brain that influence how you feel. When your shoulders slump, when your breathing becomes shallow, when your facial muscles tighten, your brain interprets these physical cues as stress, defeat, or danger. It activates the emotion that matches the posture. Think about it. When someone is sad, their shoulders drop, their head lowers, their pace slows, the body collapses inward. But when someone is confident, their chest is open, their breathing is deeper, and their eyes focus farther ahead. The body language changes the internal chemistry. This is not motivational theory. It is biological fact. Take a moment and consider a time when you were excited about something, maybe a goal, a dream, or a powerful idea. Your energy was high, your movement was faster, your voice was louder, your posture had direction. The emotion did not just create the body state. The body state sustained the emotion. This is why professional athletes warm up, not just physically but emotionally. It's why people who exercise regularly often feel clearer, stronger, and more optimistic. Movement releases tension. It restores energy. It resets your mindset. You can test this instantly. Stand up tall, take a deep, slow breath, expand your chest, lift your chin, and walk with purpose for 60 seconds. You will feel different, not because life changed, but because you changed the signal you're sending your brain. Motivation begins with motion. Confidence begins with motion. Action awakens emotion, not the other way around. So the next time your motivation collapses, don't try to think your way out of it while remaining still in the same defeated posture. Move first. Fix your breath. Change your stance. Act like the version of you who refuses to quit. Because when your body shows up with certainty, your mind eventually falls in line. Motion is not just physical. Motion is the language of the mind. Motivation rarely dies because the goal is too big. It dies because the vision was unclear. When you don't know exactly what you want, when the target keeps shifting, or when the destination is blurry, the brain's natural response is hesitation. Confusion kills energy. Uncertainty slows commitment. But clarity electrifies effort. Your mind is a powerful navigation system, and just like a GPS, it needs a precise address. If you simply tell your GPS, take me somewhere nice, it cannot move. It needs the house number, the street name, the postal code, the exact coordinates. The same rule applies to your life. Saying, I want success means almost nothing. Success in what, by when, in what measure, with what outcome? When your goal is vague, it doesn't inspire you, it drains you. Because a dream with no definition becomes a burden instead of a mission. But when you give your brain a clear destination, it begins to eliminate distraction, filter information, and focus energy toward what matters. Clarity creates progress because it eliminates alternatives. Once you know what you truly want, you automatically know what you can ignore, what to refuse, what to walk away from. A person with clarity is not easily intimidated. They are too focused to be interrupted. Imagine holding a magnifying glass under the sun. Spread the light wide, and nothing happens. Focus the light to a single point, and it can burn through steel. Your potential works exactly the same way. Unfocused effort warms you. Laser-focused clarity transforms you. To stay motivated, you must define your goal in detail. Write it, speak it, visualize it. Describe not only what you want, but why you want it. The what sets the direction, the why fuels the journey. When the why is strong enough, obstacles become detours, not dead ends. Clarity also creates motivation because it produces identity. When you know your mission, your behavior starts to align with it. Discipline becomes easier. Sacrifice makes sense. Delayed reward stops feeling like loss. You cannot wake up excited about a day that has no meaning. Give your days meaning by giving your mind something to build. Because clarity doesn't just help you stay motivated. Clarity manufactures motivation. It is not a luxury. It is the foundation of every goal worth pursuing.